Booker T. Washington was born April 5, 1856, in Hales Ford, Virginia. Born into slavery, he was the son of a slave named Janet, and his father was assumed to be a white neighbor of the plantation. After the Emancipation Proclamation was enacted, his mother married and moved the family to West Virginia, and Booker T. Washington took his stepfather's surname, Washington. While young, his mother gave him a book from which he learned to read and write. This was his initial form of education. As an adolescent, he acquired a formal grade school education, but decided to work in a salt furnace and coal mine to help support his family. At age 22, he walked 500 miles to attend Hampton University, known then as Hampton Normal Agricultural Institute. He worked to pay for his education and also support himself. General Samuel C. Strong, the school founder and headmaster, admired Washington's ambition and willpower. Armstrong offered him a scholarship, and in 1875, Washington graduated with honors. After graduation, he taught at his old grade school in Malden, Virginia. In 1881, after a strong recommendation from General Armstrong, Washington was granted a $2,000 grant to establish a colored school in Alabama. He was only 25 years old. Students literally built Tuskegee Normal and Industrial Institute from the ground up. They created the bricks that would later construct and reinforce the buildings. They practiced agriculture and horticulture to supply their own food, and men and women learned trades along with academics. Washington believed that with self-help, people could go from poverty to success. The famous scientist and inventor George Washington Carver taught and conducted much of his research at Tuskegee. In 1895, he gave his famous Atlanta address, gaining the support of many whites across America. Washington established relationships with many wealthy businessmen, including Henry Huddleston Rogers, who was the VP of Standard Oil at the time. Washington also was a trustee of the Rosenwald Fund, which improved education for black children and built numerous schools across the nation and primarily in the South. The following year, he was rewarded an honorary master's degree from Harvard and an honorary doctorate from Dartmouth College. In 1900, with the support of Andrew Carnegie, Washington founded the National Negro Business League to promote commercial and financial development of blacks. In 1901, he published his autobiography, Up from Slavery. He also became the first African American to visit the White House after receiving an invitation for dinner from Theodore Roosevelt. He would later advise Roosevelt and his successor, William Howard Taft. Booker T. Washington was an educator, author, and civil rights activist, and by far one of the most prominent African Americans in the early 20th century.